14 Mysteries Behind Woody Woodpecker, 1940, revealed. Before he became one of animation's loudest icons, Woody Woodpecker began as a strange, chaotic idea nobody expected to last. His laugh felt wild, his behavior felt risky, and his design looked nothing like the polished character people recognize today. Behind that noisy smile are hidden creative risks, real conflicts, and surprising decisions that quietly shaped animation history forever. Fact 1. The cartoon nobody expected. Woody Woodpecker did not arrive as a planned star, and that surprise shaped everything that followed. His first appearance came in the animated short Knock Knock, released on November 25, 1940, by Walter Lantz Productions. The cartoon was meant to focus on Andy Panda and Papa Panda, characters already established by the studio. Woody appeared only as a disruptive woodpecker, causing chaos outside their home. The story was written by Ben Hardaway and Lowell Elliott, two experienced animation writers known for fast-paced humor. Woody's personality stood out immediately. He was loud, aggressive, and unpredictable, unlike most animated characters of the time. Audiences reacted strongly, laughing more at Woody than at the intended stars. Walter Lantz noticed this reaction right away. Studio reports and later interviews confirmed that theater feedback played a role in shifting focus toward the woodpecker. What started as a side gag suddenly felt like a breakthrough. Woody's unplanned success forced the studio to rethink everything, but that strange debut was only the beginning. Fact 2. His original design was intentionally uncomfortable. Woody Woodpecker's first design was meant to feel unsettling, not cute. In Knock Knock, his body looked tall and awkward, with thick legs, a sharp beak, buck teeth, and red feather markings resembling a vest. Animation historian records confirm the design leaned closer to exaggerated slapstick creatures than friendly mascots. Animator Alex Lovey worked on early visuals, following Walter Lantz's request to make Woody visually aggressive. At the time, animation often leaned toward soft, round shapes. Woody was the opposite. His sharp angles made him feel unpredictable on screen. This design choice was deliberate. Ben Hardaway believed exaggerated movement worked better with harsh shapes. However, audience reactions were mixed. While people loved Woody's behavior, some found his look too rough. Over the next few years, the studio slowly softened his features. Beak size changed. Body proportions shifted. Eyes became more expressive. Those early choices reveal how experimental the character truly was, and those experiments would soon affect his voice. Fact 3. The laugh came from an animation legend. Woody Woodpecker's laugh became famous before his name did, and it came from one of animation's most important voices. Mel Blanc, already known for Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, provided Woody's original voice and signature laugh in Knock Knock. According to studio documentation and Blanc's own interviews, the laugh was improvised during recording sessions. Walter Lantz immediately recognized its power. The sound felt chaotic, sharp, and impossible to ignore. Unlike softer cartoon laughs, Woody's laugh felt confrontational. It matched his personality perfectly. Mel Blanc did not stay long, though. After signing an exclusive contract with Warner Brothers, he could no longer work for Lantz. This forced the studio to experiment with new voice talent. Still, Blanc's influence stayed. The rhythm of the laugh became permanent, even as voices changed. It shaped how animators timed movement and reactions. That single laugh helped define Woody's identity, and losing Blanc forced creative changes that surprised everyone. Fact 4. Woody stole the show immediately. Audience reactions after Knock Knock changed Walter Lantz's studio direction almost overnight. The short was designed around Andy Panda, yet theater feedback consistently mentioned the woodpecker instead. Studio correspondents later confirmed that exhibitors requested more Woody appearances. Walter Lantz trusted audience instinct. He quickly approved new shorts centered entirely on Woody Woodpecker. This was risky. Studios usually protected established characters, not side gags. But Woody's aggressive energy felt fresh during the early 1940s. Animation historians note that audiences were drawn to characters who broke rules and challenged authority. Woody fit that mood perfectly. His chaotic behavior contrasted with polite cartoon heroes of the era. By 1941, Woody was no longer a background troublemaker. Woodpecker. He became the focus of his own series. That rapid rise created pressure on the animation team. They now had to refine a character built on chaos, and that led to major design changes. Fact 5. His look evolved through constant refinement. Woody Woodpecker did not settle into one design quickly. Throughout the 1940s, his appearance changed repeatedly. Animation artists like Dick Lundy and Laverne Harding refined his proportions to make movements smoother and expressions clearer. His beak became shorter. His eyes grew larger and more readable. His body became rounder and less threatening. These changes were documented in studio model sheets used to keep animation consistent. Walter Lantz wanted Woody to remain wild but readable. Too much sharpness limited emotional range. As animation techniques improved, subtlety mattered more. Color choices also shifted. Feather tones became brighter. Gloves became more standardized. These visual refinements helped Woody work in faster pacing and more complex gags. Importantly, the changes never erased his attitude. They simply made him easier to animate and easier to watch. And as the world changed, Woody's role in culture changed too. Fact 6. World War II turned Woody into a symbol. During World War II, Woody Woodpecker became more than entertainment. He became a morale symbol. According to Smithsonian archives, Woody appeared in military nose art, posters, and barracks decorations. Soldiers connected with his fearless, rebellious personality. Walter Lantz Productions also contributed to training and morale films during this period. Animation studios were encouraged to support the war effort through imagery and messaging. Woody's confidence and refusal to back down resonated with audiences facing uncertainty. His cartoons often emphasized resilience and persistence, even when chaos followed. While not a propaganda character, his presence reflected American spirit at the time. This cultural visibility expanded his popularity beyond theaters. He became familiar in everyday life. That recognition helped elevate the studio's reputation, and soon the industry noticed his quality at the highest level. Fact 7. Woody earned Academy recognition. Woody Woodpecker's success was not just popular, it was critically recognized. In 1944, the Woody cartoon The Dizzy Acrobat received an Academy Award nomination for Best Short Subject, Cartoons. This nomination placed Walter Lantz Productions alongside industry leaders. Animation historians note that the short stood out for its timing, expressive animation, and controlled chaos. While it did not win, the nomination itself elevated Woody's status. It proved that his loud humor could coexist with artistic quality. The recognition validated the risks taken years earlier. For the animation team, it meant greater creative freedom. Directors could experiment more with pacing and structure. One director, in particular, would push Woody into bold territory, and that experiment changed animation technique itself. Fact 8. A director pushed animation limits. Few directors pushed Woody Woodpecker further than James Seamus Culhane, and his influence quietly reshaped animation rhythm. Culhane directed several Woody shorts during the 1940s, including The Barber of Seville, a cartoon often cited by animation historians for its aggressive pacing and musical timing. Culhane believed animation should move faster than real life, not copy it. In later interviews and writings, he explained that exaggerated speed created stronger comedy and sharper impact. He applied editing ideas inspired by live-action cinema, but exaggerated them for cartoons. This demanded extreme precision from animators, layout artists, and musicians working in sync. Every movement had to land exactly on musical beats. Woody thrived under this approach because his personality depended on chaos and momentum. Faster cuts made him feel more unpredictable and funnier. These experiments influenced future animation techniques beyond Walter Lantz Productions. Woody effectively became a testing ground for new ideas. But while visuals evolved rapidly, another important element was also changing quietly. Fact 9. Woody's voice changed multiple times. Woody Woodpecker's voice history is far more complex than most viewers realize. After Mel Blanc left Walter Lantz Productions due to an exclusive Warner Brothers contract, the studio faced a challenge. Woody could not lose his identity. Ben Hardaway, one of Woody's original writers and co-creators, briefly voiced the character. Other voices followed, including Danny Webb and Kent Rogers. Each voice added slight differences in tone, speed, and attitude, but but the laugh remained consistent. These changes were driven by contracts, availability, and production needs, not creative disputes. The most significant transition came in the 1950s, when Grace Stafford began voicing Woody. Stafford, Walter Lance's wife, performed the role quietly for years. Studio publicity avoided revealing her involvement. Her voice softened Woody slightly, while preserving his mischievous edge. Animation records confirm that audiences never noticed the change. The laugh stayed familiar. That consistency preserved Woody's identity perfectly, and soon, that unforgettable laugh inspired something much bigger. Fact 10. The laugh became a hit song. Woody Woodpecker's laugh did more than define his personality. It launched a hit song. In 1948, the Woody Woodpecker song debuted in the animated short Wet Blanket Policy. The song was written by George Tibbles and Ramey Idris, directly inspired by Woody's signature laugh. The melody mimicked its rhythm, making it instantly recognizable. The song quickly crossed from animation into popular culture. It became a radio hit and charted nationally, a rare achievement for a cartoon theme. This success expanded Woody's presence beyond theaters and animation screens. Music gave him a new identity layer. People could recognize Woody without seeing him. The song helped fix his laugh permanently in public memory. It also proved that animated characters could influence mainstream entertainment. Walter Lantz Productions embraced this success, using music more strategically in later cartoons. Woody's voice and sound became inseparable elements of his brand. That popularity helped carry him forward into a new media landscape. Fact 11. Television changed Woody's future. By the 1950s, animation faced a major shift, and Woody Woodpecker adapted quickly. In 1957, The Woody Woodpecker Show premiered on television, moving the character from theatrical shorts into homes. This transition changed how audiences experienced animation. Walter Lantz introduced framing segments featuring himself, explaining animation processes, and presenting the cartoons. These segments helped educate viewers while keeping Woody central. Television expanded Woody's reach dramatically. Children who rarely visited theaters now encountered him regularly. The show reused classic shorts but maintained continuity and familiarity. Television demanded consistent character design and clear identity. Woody fit this format easily. His strong silhouette, laugh, and attitude translated perfectly to smaller screens. This shift preserved his relevance during changing entertainment habits. Many animated characters faded during this era. Woody did not. Television stabilized his legacy and introduced him to new generations. Soon, that lasting impact received formal recognition within entertainment history itself. Fact 12. Woody received Hollywood honor. Decades after his chaotic debut, Woody Woodpecker earned permanent recognition. In 1990, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. This honor celebrated his long-lasting influence on animation history. Few animated characters received this distinction, placing Woody among entertainment legends. The star acknowledged the creative work of Walter Lantz and the artists, writers, and animators behind the character. It also represented animation's growing recognition as an art form. Woody's presence on the Walk of Fame symbolized how cartoons shaped popular culture across generations. His noisy, rule-breaking personality had outlived trends and technology changes. From black and white shorts to television reruns, Woody remained recognizable. The honor confirmed his cultural staying power. It was not awarded for nostalgia alone. It recognized continued relevance and influence. But Woody's reach extended beyond Hollywood sidewalks. His impact had already spread far across borders and languages worldwide. Fact 13. Woody became a global icon. Woody Woodpecker's appeal extended far beyond the United States. His cartoons were broadcast internationally and translated for global audiences. He appeared in comic books, merchandise, and licensed products across multiple countries. Theme parks and promotional materials introduced him to generations who never saw his original shorts. Animation scholars note that Woody's humor relied heavily on physical action rather than dialogue. This made him easy to understand worldwide. His exaggerated movement, expressive reactions, and loud laughter required no translation. Different cultures embraced him without altering his personality. Woody became instantly recognizable across borders. His silhouette alone was enough. This universality kept him relevant while many characters faded. Merchandising and reruns reinforced his presence internationally. He became a shared animation memory across cultures. That global reach ensured studios continued revisiting the character. Woody was never limited to one era or region, and that worldwide worldwide recognition made future revivals inevitable. Fact 14. Woody continues to evolve. Woody Woodpecker has never truly disappeared from animation. New productions have repeatedly reintroduced him to modern audiences. Series revivals and digital projects adapted his design and pacing for contemporary viewers. While animation techniques evolved, his core personality stayed intact. Studios adjusted movement styles, color palettes, and timing to match new formats. Animation historians credit Woody's longevity to strong original foundations. He was built on bold choices, not short-term trends. That flexibility allows reinvention without losing identity. Each revival reflects its era while honoring earlier versions. Woody's laugh remains central, connecting decades of animation history. His chaotic confidence still drives stories forward. New audiences continue discovering him through streaming and reruns. Older viewers recognize familiar energy beneath updated visuals. Woody survives because he adapts. His evolution mirrors animation's own transformation. Across nearly a century, he remains loud, fast, and unforgettable. His story proves carefully crafted chaos can last forever. Woody Woodpecker's journey began with noise, risk, and uncertainty. Behind every laugh were real creators like Walter Lantz, Ben Hardaway, Mel Blanc, and James Culhane making bold decisions. His history reveals how experimentation, audience reaction, and creative courage shaped animation itself. One wild woodpecker didn't just survive, he changed cartoons forever.